Live onto your screens, and we're definitely right here on Mpumakapa TV. Well, everyone, let me first welcome you on the Hangout, the youth show that is to bring you everyone that you need to know exactly what is going around the Eastern Cape province. And yes, we're definitely the best youth show ongake uyifumane apha eMpumakoloni. And yes, that is the Hangout. And yes, elam igama, it is uzinhle Nqeza. And intombi ngapha ku Transkei, but I was like, you know what? Let me come in ndizofumana isonga kweli cala, but I'm definitely just here to make sure that you guys get to understand about the people that I have today on the show. What is it that they're bringing us? And also, we are reachable on also Free Vision Play app. You can definitely find us there live as we are live now on the Multi-Choice channel. So, sorted. And also, you can guys contact us on all our social media platforms. It is at Mpumakapa TV. And also, our WhatsApp line, it is 0836900530. Ndingakhange ndithethe kakhulu, ndihamba nandedwa. Mandikhe ndiqale inkqubo, ndingayikisa amaxesha. Let's go. Well, everyone, as we're starting off the show, I am sitting with the most beautiful, the most elegant, and she's someone that she seems to be in her own zone, and she's very reserved. And I am talking about Usonia, and she's going to tell us exactly what is it that she does, and also who is she in the public work and also in the public eye of the people. Well, everyone at home, please help me welcome Sonia onto the Hangout. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm good, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for taking time and coming onto the Hangout. Can you please tell our viewers at home as to who you are and what is it that you actually do?
Okay, I'm Sonia Tifloon. I'm a wife to Munib. I am a mom of 3 boys, Laik, Aiden and Mikael. My eldest is 24 years old, and then my twin boys are 15. I am currently the managing director at BLC Attorneys, and on top of that, my husband and I own various premier hair salons in Warmer. We own the Bliss Hair and Skincare, and then we have the Blowout, and we've recently opened a premium beauty salon called the Beauty Chamber, where we have the first hydro spa in the entire Eastern Cape.
Lovely stuff. You are in the law and then you are in the beauty business. How does those two come about together?
It's actually a funny story, but I've always seen myself as an entrepreneur because both my parents were entrepreneurs. And my Instagram and Facebook handle is Legally Stylish. This started many years ago, but I always knew that I wanted my legal career to be combined with something either in the fashion or in the beauty industry. So I think that's just how I let out my creative outlet, and it's part of who I am. So jack of all trades, that's me.
Lovely stuff. And also I want to focus on to the law department as to when did you start or when did you realize in terms of you wanting to get into that industry, because of it's a male dominant industry and also it's a very difficult industry, and you were like, you know what, I'm a woman and I'm going to take this one heads on. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so funny story. I was actually registered at the university to do a BSc degree. I did that for a week and I realized it wasn't my passion. I actually really wanted to be an attorney. So I changed my degree in the first week, and then I decided to become an attorney. And you're absolutely right. When I started, I was always one female in a room filled with lots of men. But things have changed, and at our firm currently we've got 4 directors, 1 male and 3 females. So things are changing and we are starting to take over what is rightfully ours.
Lovely. And also, can we please talk to the young girl that is out there and is ambitious to become an attorney as well, but they're very scared? How can you advise them, and also how can you try and motivate them so that they can actually take that decision to go into this industry?
I think it's important for young girls to realize that anything is possible. I am from the northern area, so I'm from a previously disadvantaged community, and I've always wanted to be more and to get more. So if you put your mind to it and if you put in the hard work, it's all about work ethic and doing the right thing, making the right choices. So if it's something that I can do, I think it's something that anyone can do. So if you're a young girl from any area, just know that anything is possible. All you need to do is to stay focused, set your mind to it, do the right thing, make the right decisions, work hard, and anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Lovely stuff. And also, there is no journey with no challenges. Let's talk about the challenges that they need to keep in mind in terms of wanting to join the attorney space or atmosphere. So let's talk about those challenges that you also went through, so that they can also try and make sure that when they're stepping there, they know how to fix themselves.
Yes, definitely lots of challenges. Firstly, for me, my first challenge was just securing articles. I finished my degree and then I only found a job in August of the next year. I literally had to drive around with my CV, drop it at every single law firm before I could get a position. And I think coming from a previously disadvantaged background, we already sit with the challenge of, firstly, my parents didn't know any attorneys, practicing attorneys, so it wasn't sort of being able to connect with someone and say, my daughter's looking for a job, please can you help her out? It was literally cold calling and trying to find the right place that works for me. Additional challenges are you normally get in at some of the smaller firms. I started my career at one of the smaller firms, but I'm eternally grateful for them giving me that opportunity, because if I didn't get that first opportunity, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So once you get that opportunity, is to seize the moment and make the best of it, and then just work hard from there.
Lovely. And also, because of law is such a broad industry, let's talk about how can they get to fiddle in and also experience other fields within law. Let's talk about those.
Okay, what we normally do, students at the university, once they start studying, we have vacation programs, so over the June, September and over the holidays. If you want to find out what it's like to be an attorney, we offer those programs. So they contact us and we set up meetings with them. We take them with us to court. We take them to consultation so that they can experience the different fields of law, which helps them then to decide what they actually want to specialize in. Because practical work experience is completely different to just the theory that you learn at university. So that is why we've started this program, and a few other firms offer it as well, just to give them the opportunity to see what they actually enjoy.
Lovely. And also, because law tend to be this career that has flowers in it and people try and make it beautiful. Let's talk about how intense is it when you are actually inside, and also how glamorous is it for you to be inside it?
Okay. Well, I always tell everyone that comes for interviews, our young staff, I always say to them, it is not suits. So if you're thinking it's suits, it's absolutely
It's
not that. I always say in suits, you see them coming with these thin files and it looks all glamorous and they dress pretty and all of that. It's not that. It's hard work. You work extremely hard because it's a service industry. Your clients are expecting great service. You need to be available at all times. It's a 24-hour job. If someone has an emergency right now, you need to be available. So it is the glamour part of it is, yes, you do get to dress up, but definitely you must know that it's going to take hard work for you to be a successful attorney.
Lovely stuff. I'm literally looking at you and I'm like, this woman is so beautiful. But also, you mentioned something about being in the beauty industry. Let's go to that industry and also talk about you being able to manage, you said 3 enterprises that
Yes.
that are under your name. Let's talk about that. How do you manage that?
I think it's important to have a good support system. So firstly, I rely heavily on my husband and my entire family to be there for me. And I also, part of the reason is to be an example for my kids. I want to show them that with hard work, you can literally be anything. You don't need to put yourself in a box. Just because I'm an attorney doesn't mean that I can't do anything else.
Lovely.
And what works for me, the winning recipe, is to be 100% in the moment. When I'm at work, I'm 100% in the moment. And that allows me to, when I get home, to spend quality time with my children where I can focus on them and their well-being.
Lovely stuff. Before I let you go, you literally have a few seconds to just give us the details as to where people can get hold of you and also get to contact you. That is your camera.
Okay, so we have 3 hair salons. They're all in Main Road, Warmer. And you can find us at the Blowout, Bliss BE, or the Beauty Chamber, and we look forward to servicing you.
Thank you so much, Sonia, for coming on to the Hangout.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Well, everyone, that was Sonia, and we definitely got a lot to learn from her. But what I'm going to do right now is to definitely take you guys to an ad break, and then we're going to coming back with another beautiful lady that is going to be joining me onto the Grey Couch. So please don't go nowhere, because we're coming right after this. Welcome back, everyone, and you are still tuned in on the Hangout. Well, but right now, Simuyile, and we're coming back with more because we do have a lovely lady with me, and she's doing exceptionally well for herself at a young age. And everyone at home, if you are not inspired by this one, I don't know what you want from us as the Hangout team, because we're bringing you all the best that you can definitely deserve right here on the Hangout. But everyone, before Ntete Kulu, let me introduce Ushezia onto the Hangout. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. And yourself?
I am good. Did I not butcher your name?
No, you got it 100%.
Okay, I don't want to do that. Can you please just tell our viewers at home who are you and what is it that you do?
So my name is Shazia Sumar. I'm 25 years old, born and bred in Port Elizabeth. I moved to Cape Town in 2018. I studied at Nelson Mandela University, BCom Economics and Accounting and Marketing, and I moved on to a digital marketing degree at Pearson London in Cape Town. While I was studying, I needed to hustle, I needed to make money, and I needed to keep myself busy. And in that, I decided that I wanted to pursue the beauty industry. So it started off in 2017 when I studied beauty in Port Elizabeth, and then I went forth to study a beauty course in Dubai. And that opened the entire spectrum for me on what beauty actually is abroad, because when you're in one country, beauty in America versus beauty in the UAE versus beauty in South Africa is totally different concepts. And I think that broadened my scope of what I do within the beauty industry. And when I stopped studying, or when I finished my studies, I got into real estate. I honestly never ever thought I'd get into real estate. It's such a temperamental market, but it's so rewarding because honestly, you can just work like 5 days a month and that could be your target done. Or you could not make money for a solid 6 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you really have to be patient and understanding within the industry. And if you have the personality for it and you're able to be patient, you can really make a good success out of it. So for me, at the moment, it's beauty and it's property. And then I opened a new business in Port Elizabeth in August this year. It's a non-profit organization that I opened, and that was my give back to the community, my feel-good business, as they say.
Yes, lovely. The people that I have today have two different businesses and they're both juggling them so well. So I want to first start onto the makeup business as to what made you or what motivated you to go into that space and tap yourself into making sure that you venture into that space fully.
So I think I've always pretty much been a tomboy in so many different ways. I love racing, I love shooting, it's just soccer, everything has just been very tomboyish for me. But makeup was the one thing that made me the girly girl. And I absolutely loved every minute of it. I used to play around with doing my own makeup, doing makeup for my friends. And then I realized, you can actually make money off this. And student life is a broke life.
It is.
I don't come from a family where we're just given whatever we want. We work for what we want. And that's where I got into, you can make money off this. Let's try and pursue this further. Let's try and study something in the beauty industry, better myself. And and then it just took off from there. I started working for magazines, numerous magazines. I started doing and representing famous sports teams in South Africa, doing the makeup for them till today. I still get flown out to different cities to do that.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I mean, I never ever thought I'd be working on set. I work on set so often. I do commercials for major companies in South Africa. And it really does pay off. And at the moment, I'm still doing bridal makeup throughout the entire South Africa.
Lovely. And also because of these different beauty standards within every town and city and country. So let's talk about the difference between the Americans and South Africa. What were the challenges that you got to face in between those and juggling those?
I think the bigger comparison would be United Arab Emirates, like UAE type of makeup versus South African. Because American is kind of like very much adapted to a lot of expats, But with UAE in particular and South Africa, with the UAE, they wear a lot of makeup. And it's very much out there. It's very bold, it's very dark, and, it's very expressive. So when you're looking at South African makeup as a market, and let's talk about cities, right? Johannesburg is a lot more out there. The makeup that people wear in Joburg, it's full face beat, full makeup, da-da-da. But when it comes to Cape Town, it's all about skincare. It's all about the no makeup look, skin finish. So when you have a client that's from Joburg, living in Cape Town, my goodness, do you have to do proper analysis to see what they actually want. Because you'll have clients sit in your chair and say, make me look like Kim Kardashian.
Yay.
And by the time you're done, my darling, they're like, this is so much makeup.
Yeah.
Honestly, you really have to do a full analysis on what your client wants, because there's so many different styles of makeup. And you honestly don't know. Your client could be telling you, I want very little makeup, but you can't judge that based on what their understanding of makeup is. And just in terms of standards, you have to use a lot more skincare-based, like Korean-style makeup in Cape Town. Whereas Joburg will be doing more UAE, full face, that type of look.
Type. And also, I want to talk, because you mentioned having to work now on sets. Let's talk about having to bring a character to life using makeup. How difficult is that for you?
Okay, I think working on set is very challenging. With bridal makeup, it's so simple, it's so straight to the point. Most people just want the same thing over and over. But with set, you're doing different type of like graphical looks, different colors. You get the brief on the day. You don't really know prior what's going to happen. It's just so exciting. And I think I believe in myself and my skills so much that there's nothing that I can't do within the beauty industry. So I do makeup and hair. But with hairstyling, it's specifically for occasional. I don't do hairdressing, etc., etc. It's specifically hairstyling. And that I studied in Istanbul.
Lovely. And also, let's now shift our focus onto the real estate. How were you
The
introduced?
real money.
Yes, the real money. But also makeup is real money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not compared to real estate though, but yeah, sure.
Okay, so how were you introduced into that sector, into that department, or let's say career? What was your first start there?
So with real estate, it's never ever something I thought I'd get into. A friend of mine recommended, I think in late 2021, that I jump into real estate and just give it a shot. You know, what do you have to lose? You just finished studying, or you're going to start an internship somewhere, you know. And I think at that point I was living alone in Cape Town, and I just had no idea how I was going to pay my rent, how I was going to pay my bills. The first couple of months in real estate, you really struggle because you need to get the hang of things, right? You don't know how to do this. You don't know how you're going to make money. And there's no salary in real estate. So imagine you have rent to pay, you've got a ton of bills to pay, and you're making no money for months. Your stress levels are through the roof. But if that does not motivate you, I think in my second week of real estate, I closed my first deal for 3.5 million rand for a building, unit in a building in town.
Lovely. And also, let's talk, because when I was reading your bio, you're someone who also goes to Dubai. So let's talk about the difference between South Africa and Dubai, and also how you're able to maneuver and also make sure that you stand out from the whole market.
Okay, so I think, like you said, standing out from the market is like step one. You need to differentiate yourself from everything else. And I know, look, when you're deciding to develop the character and the person that you are, you have to look internally. Who are you? What makes you you? And how are you going to be different from all the other people doing something? You can't look at a market and say, there's so many real estate agents in South Africa. How am I going to make money from doing this? You know, everybody can say that. There's already a business doing what you're doing, but what separates you from that business at the end of the day? So in the same way, if you're trying to decide what type of agent you're going to be doing commercial, you're going to be doing sales, rentals. With me, I do everything, including international real estate, because I don't feel like limiting myself to that specifically. With property in Dubai, it is saturated. And I mean, every person is an agent somehow. Even if they're working in law, they're also working in real estate on the side. So it's crazy. The Dubai market it's something else. And you're also working against people with PhDs working in real estate. Because remember, Dubai is expat related. So you have people from the Philippines, people from India, people from Pakistan, people from Russia, all moving to Dubai. Yeah, we just have South Africans with a similar work ethic. So if you do real estate in Dubai, it's a completely different ballgame.
Lovely. And also, can you just try and advise the young ones, especially the ones that want to venture into the same industry, which is real estate? What challenges can they possibly face, and also how can they try and maneuver their way through those challenges?
Okay, so when you're starting any business or you're working in any industry, you need to find out what your strong points are and focus on those things. If you're going to try and focus on the bigger picture all the time, you're not ever going to get somewhere. If you've got 10 things on your plate, you're never going to finish the first one. So try and focus on one thing at a time. Focus on your strong points. Try to better yourself in knowledge and education. If you don't have the funds to study, it doesn't mean you can't open YouTube and try and learn from there. There's just so much free knowledge available to us at this point in time that you can learn from. That's your step one. Get the knowledge, learn your strong points, and network with people. That is the most important thing.
Lovely stuff. And you're someone who's very relatable because your age is not that old. So I'm sure that everyone at home can get to relate and also be able to be motivated by you. But quickly, before we let you go, can you please give us your details, social media details, and also where can we get to follow you?
All right, so you can find me on Instagram at Shazia Sumar. You can use my website, shaziasumar.co.za. You can shop all the products that I absolutely love on my website as well. You can book makeup and find out more about our property services on there. We also have The Lab, which is my non-profit organization where we take youth off the streets or in foreign or poor areas, and we educate them, we pay for their studies, we put them in a job, and we basically allow them to intern with us for a year and allow them to open their own businesses in the future. You can learn more about it on my website as well, and follow The Lab RSA on Instagram.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shazia, for coming on to the Hangout.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Well, everyone, at home, what I'm going to do right now is I can entertain into the shalele, and then we're definitely going to come back, and then we're coming back with some people that are able to capture a character and also give us beautiful performances on our screens. So don't you go nowhere. We're definitely coming back right after this. Well, everyone, welcome back on the Hangout. You are still tuned in with Uma Zintlana right here onto your screens. And right about now on the grey couch, I am with the boss lady Wamazwe Omoya, and Kenake. She's someone who keeps us entertained during the midnight. Esimameli senje iradio kakuhle nje kamnandi, and we're definitely going to welcome her right here on the Hangout. Kesimvisitive ma injani and see ma mhlamba ngayithanda. Well, everyone, help me welcome Ukeke Mtati right onto the Hangout. Hello sis, how are you?
Listen, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I am good. Can we talk about you? Who are you and what is it that you do?
Ukeke Mtati yintombazana yaseKing Williamstown kwilali yaseMthathe kwiMedoshane, but ke ndikhulele eGinsberg, a Christian, a strong believer, someone who's very ambitious, a go-getter, umama okwinkciyo. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but ndiyiloo. But what I always say about me is that I'm a strong believer and I push into endiyifunayo mna ebomini iyakhawuleza ufika and ndiyayifumana. That's who I am. Ndingumampingaka isituko, umasenze umbala kankqoshe uxaphaxapha usineka. That's me.
Lovely. And also I want us to get into how did you get the radio space, and also uqala njani uziva uba ndingumsasazi?
So I started doing radio 2017. Ndifumene ke kwa Department of Education ngelaa xesha ndiyasebenza, uyaqonda. Iphele ke into ibisidibanisa. Ikhazini yam indifowunele. Back then kwakukho esinye isikhululo sisengqosha, so they call and say, Manu Qavile, I've always been this bubbly person. Ke kuthiwa Manu Qavile, khawuze audition. Then I went there. Kwakufuna umuntu ka 9 to 12. I did a audition yam. Then I left. I was so nervous. I didn't know anything about radio. I-radio kaloku mna bendivele ndiyimamele ndiqonda, oh, okay, Shem, they sound good. I wonder, inoba kwenzeka ntoni behind the scenes. Then ndaqesha phaa erayidweni. Hayibo, ngathi mna ndonke. Started doing 9 to 12. Found myself a mentor, speech, boqwana, wandifundisa everything about radio. Then I started falling in love with radio. Then okay, radio is me. I am radio. This is something that so that's when I started doing radio. Served my 2 years community radio. Served another 2 years community radio lapha eGqeberha. Then I went to Cape Town, came back at Cape Town, again, Cape Town. Then this one time, I miss doing radio. Went to church on the 25th of October. You know what, let me just go to church. I always tell this story like it is. Lord, can't you direction, man, I need to do something. Show me the way. Dati amen. Kwakukho icawa next to my house eyayidlala ikeyboard. Then ndabuya ndagoduka ndabuya ndancancisa umntana. Following day on a Monday 26th of October 2020, sorry. Dati mama khathathe lo mntana mane. I took my son's mic, ndaqalisa ukwenza video, ndabeka umqa. I'm crusty.
Yeah, I remember those.
I remember those. Ndabeka ifone yam apha na ring light. I started recording. ndaqonda andizoba consistent nale nto just miss doing radio ndayibeka ku-Facebook. The response that I received,
big.
no,
Was
it was
big.
huge. I was like, yo, abantu ingathi kudala bendilindile. Come on. Ndaqonda, okay, you know what, let me be consistent with this thing. Every Monday I'm doing radio. Akakhali umntana. You can just imagine umntana oncancayo. I was breastfeeding at the time. So akakhali umntana. Ndithi mama mkhawuphume naye apha. Jikela naye ngasemva.
Sabambi slot sakho.
Kufuneka ndenze i-radio, something that I really love.
Sabambi
And then I started recording. Ndamane ndiba consistent every Mondays. Then kwavela i-opportunity on a national radio station. Hey, ndifumane ii-messages ebantwini ba, hey girl, kukho i-competition apha. Ndiqamba ndizayithina le nto, andina-studio, I don't have anything, like I'm stuck with my son. How am I going to even campaign? Yaqonda, okay. Ndiqamba, you know what, uThixo sozayenze into man. Ndiqamba, I was being prepared for this. I prayed again, I'm a strong believer again, as I said. Ndathi Thixo ke yeyam. Uzuyazi ndathi dear God yeyam ke enkosi wethu mzali, amen. Relationship yam noThixo ke inabubu toxic because namaxesha uvele ndithi ke uyayazi ke my dear,
over
amen.
to you. And also I want us to get on to the competition, because you said that abantu bebekutextela ne, and also how did you get to prepare yourself, because of it was like something that people were like throwing onto you, and benga realize by you actually have to now it was preparation also for you to take accountability about, I'm getting into this competition, this is how I'm going to fight for my position and also for my part. How was that journey for you?
The only thing that kept me going nendenza ndangena kula competition i-one into yobana, okay, there's no way I would start a Facebook radio as if I knew into yoba kuzawubakho competition namhlobo then ndingangeneli. Recorded my demo, ndayisubmita. Out of 788 people, I was one of abantu abayi-11 that were shortlisted. Okay, thank you, Lord. Now, ndizawuthini ke ngoku? What am I going to do? Because I can't even campaign kwi-taxi ranks, ezicaweni, PPP, because I'm breastfeeding. Ne? I prayed about it. Ndahamba ndaye ebuhlanti ekhaya. Ndathi ke niyabona manyanga sekhaya, I've been praying for this. Ndiyayazi into yobana niyizisile, but give me strength. Eyona nto that kept me nendiqonda into yobana indincedile, I was so consistent in recording. So my plan was, I'm going to show people what I'm made of. This is what I do. This is what I specialize in. Then ndicela nindivotele based on what you see.
Lovely stuff.
Abantu baqalisa uvota. Every day I would vote ngemali engange 1.5, minimum amount of 1.5 every day for like 20 days. Because it took long. Like competition was like 2-3 weeks. I don't know. But it took long. Every day, mna ndandivota ngemali engange 1.5 nangephezulu, because I was very consistent. And my plan was, I'm just going to show people what I can do. Ndicela nindivotele because I can't go anywhere. I'm still breastfeeding and I can't move.
Yeah, lovely stuff. And also, as we are in your journey, let's talk about now the moment when they told you, or they emailed, or they called you, but you are in the top 5. From top 5, top 3 to, you know what, you're one of the selected ones. Let's talk about those emotions, that moment for you.
My sister, my mom was usemsebenzini. I'll always talk about my mom because ngelaa xesha bendihlala naye ne. Usemsebenzini umamam. Ndihleli apha endlini ulele umntana. Ndiyaklina, simamele i-radio mosemhlobo ba. Hey, we're about to announce our top 11. So ladies and gentlemen, please listen. Hey, Grandma. I don't know. Obizwe. Abizwe wokuqala. Hey, andikho man. Abizwe owesibini. Abizwe. I was the last person to be called.
Yes.
Kwathiwa keketso mthatha. I was like,
lovely.
You can just imagine ke elokishini ne. Xa ulapha mose umuntu osenext uyakuva.
Yes, yes.
Ndicela uba mna kwaza amakhelwane ba kwenzeka ntoni, ndithi yhu ndiwinile, anditsho noba shortlisted, ndithi yhu ndiwinile bethunani. And then I was so excited. I was like, okay, uyaqala ke ngoku umsebenzi.
Lovely stuff. And also, where can people get to listen to you and also follow you on socials? Sibethwe lixesha, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm doing a 3 to 4:30 show on weekends, Saturday and Sundays. Inkqubo ethi kuze kuse. That's where we dance. Ndidla ngokuthi ke ukuba une-stress, ndimo umuntu ophulula istress zakho. On socials ndikukeke wakamthathi, TikTok _the boss lady.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for coming on to the Hangout.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So happy. Well, everyone at home, that was Ukeke Mtati right here on the Hangout. You guys usually hear her ngelizwi lakhe, but today you got to see the face that is behind the voice. And Tina siyenze ya possible yonke lonto, but okwangoku sizakhe sithathe ikhefu sithi shelele, and then sophinda sibuye. Xa sibuya, we'll bring you guys even more guests that are interesting. Don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back. We're back on your screens, give it to Nana, and it's been a lovely couple of minutes in our hour. And go sesondeleni nje ba siqukumbele and then siyivale. But before siyivale, I've got two beautiful guests that are lined up, and right now I am going to talk with a thespian, someone who's able to take a character that has been written in words and bring it to life so that we as the audience get to enjoy it. And everyone at home, please help me welcome Usisukiswa Taku right onto the Hangout. I'm sorry, I don't umbiza ngagama because she's an elder and ngumxhosa nami ndingumxhosa, so you guys do know. Ninjani sisi?
Ndiphilile ngusakhondo right now.
Ndiyaphila nami. Enkosi kakhulu ngozosijoyina apha ku Hangout.
Bulela mna.
Siyabulela. Ke xelela ababukele ekhaya uba ngubani usisukiswa and wenza ntoni?
Uzukiswa Cakucaku ngumama. Yi-actor. Ngusihlalo weMandela Bay Theatre Council. Okwangusekela sihlalo weSIFSA apha eNelson Mandela Metro. Uya-actor ke uSisuki. Ndizalelwe apha eBhayi.
Yes.
Ndizalelwe eSace eBuyambo Street, ngoku ndihlala eMotherwell.
Lovely stuff. And I'm sure abantu are like, Siyamazi kuveli lona nini kuveli lona zinhle. Can you please tell us the start of your journey in the industry as an actor, as a thespian?
Okay. My late sister, I'm sure so iwabona something apha kum, wandidibanisa no Bralux Matoto kwenye group wayenayo kudala ngoku I was still young, 89. Sayenza phaya from then ndamentherushwa ngutata uMaqhina, sakutata uMaqhina, umzondle Mathik, umfundisi Reverend Maqhina.
Yes.
From there ndaya ku Dr. Winston Jona, my other mentor. Ndisebenzile naye umama uNomhlengonyeni ngenye yementor zam no Mr. Ngonyama, Monde Ngonyama noBesuthu. So sisebenzile started from 89 until ngoku. Koko ndandiyiphethe ndingayekanga.
That is something, yes?
Yes, close to 40 years.
Wow. Wow. And usayibambile and you're still getting gigs and being booked.
Yes, ngoku ndi branched to be a producer ngoku. I want to produce ngoku imisebenzi. I'm also a writer. Ndibhala with the closet. I-play for ngabantu abafana nathi aba-actayo, indlela abaphetheke ngayo apha kwelizwe lethu being abantu we fought for this freedom singabanye bethu. So after i-freedom ngoku sabonakala ubana singabantu nje, so la play, it's all about that. And also ndikho-writile noLungelo Amagqamfana, i-plays about women and stuff.
Yeah. Lovely. And also you've been mentored by the great people in the industry. Let us talk about you and getting to, because you said that you started in 1989. That was a long time ago. So let's first start about you starting onto that journey.
Oh, I was still young okone, and then ndingayazi mna ndikhule ndi-hyper, ndi-inquisitive, thanda ukonda uthenza kuthi.
Yes.
And oku kudala i-TV zazingekho kwizindlu zonke, so isikakhulu simamele radio, so ndandithanda ulinganisa intengiso uba seTV-ni xa ndibalisa istory ndikhala ngabaqom so sister wam wathi ubone something, wabe efunda noBralux Matoto. So wathi noBralux Matoto eNew Bright suke eMavavana siyotsho eNew Bright, sa-actor ke eNew Bright. We went kwindawo ezininzi around, sivela saqala ngeZimbabwe qala. Ngoko uqala kwethu kuya, I've been eTunisia, I've been eScotland, UK, njalo njalo. Sihambe sisebenzisa lo mcimbi wethu sita, and also I'm a dancer. Yeah, ndisebenzile ufika kweQueen apha. Ayamkelwa City.
Yes.
uQueen Elizabeth ufika kwakhe apha.
Wow, that's nice.
Wamkelwa City apha, si new generation under Tata Maqhina.
Lovely. And also, Siswam, can we get onto you being on stage and also the difference of being behind the camera? How is that acting different for when you don't see difference much?
You see xa ndi-acta ndiba kwenye world kulapho ndonwaba khona xa ndisestagini more than xa ndihleli nabantu because abantu xa ndisestagini ba-understanda ikhaya sithatha into ebhaliweyo we put kuyo i-life sibeke estagini for you people abafana nani we call ourselves mirror to the society because I can be ugqirha, I can be a nurse, I can be everything I want to be xa ndiphaya estagini sibonakalisa izinto ezenzekayo around us kwi-community zethu sizibeke phaa so that omnye nomnye azibone phaa uba nguye lowa.
Lovely. And also, I'm sure you are in part of programs that are trying to give back to ulutsha olusakhulayo, kulutsha olusafuna ungena onto the industry. Let's talk about those project ozenzayo and also how is your involvement with the community and trying to give back ikraft yakho to those who want to venture into it.
Oh, isikakhulu ndisebenza nezikolo se-Motherwell ngokomacingani eza primary ziphawuveza ubuhle because ulutsha lwethu napha e-areeni even nasecaweni ndi-Sunday school teacher I taught them ubana mna ke ndingena ngeli cala lobana le drama Sunday school teacher bam because andikho lawe enansi ke nebhayibheli basindisiweyo so ndithi kubo kufuneka into esizenzayo zibe relevant nasecaweni apha elokishini ndabaqokelela siyadansa nabadansayo abantwana bam noba over 50 siyadansa phayana siya-actisa singabantwana bam siyacula senza nje yonke into eyenziwayo and also ndikwi-organization ebizwa ngobana ngubamba isandla sam because I believe bana as you go you must pull someone's hand ukuze unyuke nawe naye anyuke sokwazi uba ne-community elinganayo sort of kuphelisa i-crime and stuff kubo ke sisebenza kakhulu nabantu aba-disabled.
Lovely.
Because a friend of mine ndaqala naye uBra Lux Matoto ndisasebenza naye nangoku apho.
Lovely. And also abantu bangakufumana phi on social media so that they can get to follow umsebenzi wakho. Siyayazi uyafumaneka kuGqabarha the Empire and also I'm sure namabali ukhona mos adithi.
Ndikhona emhlobo wenene kwelithithi nalento.
Yes, abantu so bakufumana njani ke ngoku wena on social media?
Andikho kamkhulu ke pha. Uyayibona mos ne-age.
Yes.
But ndikhona ku-Facebook ndizokusacakucaku ndikhona ku-Instagram ndizokusacakucaku.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for coming on to the Hangout. We truly appreciate that. Well, everyone, that was Zukiswa Cakucaku right here on the Hangout. But what we're going to do right now is to definitely take you guys to an ad break, and then we're going to come back. And then we're coming back with more. So don't you go no way. Stay tuned because we're coming back with more. Welcome back, everyone. You are still tuned in onto the Hangout. And right here, the last person on the Hangout, I'm definitely sitting with Nahia Clade right here on the Hangout. And she's definitely going to correct me if I butcher her name, everyone. And she's coming from Toby Foundation. And she's basically going to tell us about the charity gala that they're hosting for charity giving back. And yeah, welcome onto the Hangout. How are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. So firstly, it's Gina Bantu Hutchinson Mukai Toby Foundation. Just a bit of a backstory. We were founded in 2022 by 3 siblings, Lulama, Advocate Tembeka, and Brenda Mukai Toby. We basically focus on, gender-based violence, all the social ills that you have in our communities, substance and alcohol abuse. Our main focus area is the Eastern Cape, mostly rural and impoverished communities. So yeah, that's basically it. We've got quite a few programs or projects that we are running, such as, like childhood development and nutrition. We've got about 5 ECD centers that we are so proud of, literally in the rural areas of the Eastern Cape. We feed about, I think it's 120 children, 2 meals a day. We are, trying to really get that, growing and expanding. But yes, we support quite a lot of victims of gender-based violence and, child abuse and so forth. We've got quite a lot of plans for the foundation to sustain it.
Lovely.
So
And,
yes.
and also, the foundation is hosting the Golf Day. Let's talk about that and also inform the viewers what is that about and also how did you guys come about it?
So it is our last event for the year. So it's our last effort of raising funds for next year to basically, you know, sustain the foundation and continue our projects. So the golf day, we decided on a golf day, which is very out of the ordinary. We thought, let's try this, and it's been quite interesting, but we are definitely getting there. The golf day, we'll be hosting the golf day at Olivewood in Queensa in East London
Yes.
on the 31st of October. We're super excited to have all these players come join us. We're also having our end of year function, which is a formal gala dinner at the same location. We've got quite a few you know, prominent people coming to join us on the day. So hopefully, you know, they'd be able to, you know, sort
in
us out.
Lovely.
We've got you know, quite a lot of government officials coming as well. So we're definitely hoping to reach our target that we've set for ourselves for next year. We've got a few ministers coming, such as you know, Stella and Dabeni. Bantu Tlolomisa, he's the Deputy Minister of Defence. We've got quite a few mayors. MEC Kapa, the MEC of Health would also be joining us. Mr. Fikile Mbalula will also be joining us. So it's going to be quite a prominent event. So we're definitely looking forward to that. We are raising funds specifically to sustain the foundation for the following year. So our target is pretty high.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you so much for Nahia for coming on to the Hangout. We truly appreciate, and I hope that our guests also are eager to come and join and also to know more about the event. Thank you so much. Well, everyone at home, unfortunately, the time has definitely came, and also it is against us, and all we have to do right now is to say thank you so much, and also have a lovely day. It's a bit chilly outside, it's raining, and please do keep safe. And yes, from me, it's bye.